I know Fukushima has had a bad reputation over the years, but today I'm here to show you that there's more to the prefecture than just a nuclear power plant. Let me introduce one of my favorite hikes, just a short hop from Fukushima City. Today I join you from Mount Higashi Azuma. Higashi Azuma is a 1,975 meter high mountain in the Azuma mountain range in northern Fukushima prefecture. It's a great alternative to the more popular trails in the area and features beautiful wetlands, outstanding views, and unique wildflowers. How did I get here? It's time to find out. Before you start your hike, I highly recommend filling out a Tozan Toroke in the visitor center. From Jododaira Visitor Center, take the trail just to the left of the visitor center and turn right and walk away from the visitor center. Walk straight on the elevated wooden walkway right in front of you. Cross over a small bridge and continue straight. At the very first junction, turn right and then a left onto a gravel trail. Follow the rough gravel path as it leads up into the mountains. Enjoy the views along the way. You'll see plenty of signs in Japanese, but not much in English. The key kanji is this one here, Higashi Azuma. So follow those signs. You'll soon enter the forest. At the next junction, take your pick of trails. If you go to the right, you'll walk around Kamanuma. But if you want a faster way to Higashi Azuma, stay left. The left trail goes through a tunnel of trees. The trail does get muddy after rainy days, so take care if you've come just after a storm. Keep your eyes out for bird life along the way. You'll start climbing up through some big log steps. Climb through the beautiful subalpine forest. You'll start to see views open up toward Koh Fuji right behind you. Climb through a long series of wooden steps. Eventually you'll start to see the top of Higashi Azuma right in front of you. Continue straight. Don't forget to enjoy the wildflowers. After a brief flat area, you'll start to climb through some big rocks and enter more wooden walkways. You'll soon cross a beautiful mountain stream. You'll soon reach a junction with a really old rotting wooden signpost. If you hang a right here, for 200 meters you can drop down to Kamanuma and enjoy the views. After checking out the pond, if you retrace your steps back where we started, you'll see a sign for Ubagahara right in front of you. Just past the junction, the trail becomes a wooden boardwalk once again. And you'll reach Ubagahara, the main junction for the trail to Higashi Azuma. At this broad clearing, turn left and walk on the boardwalks. If you're short on time and you don't have time to climb Higashi Azuma, simply turn right here. You can loop over to Kamaike and then back to Jododaira. Now if you're climbing the Hyakumeizan, then you can continue straight from here. You can see Nishi Azuma right behind me, way over there. Most Hyakumeizan climbers just climb Nishi Azuma. I highly recommend starting at Jododaira, climbing up either Higashi Azuma like I'm doing today, or Isai-kyo over here on the right, and traverse along the long ridge through beautiful wetlands over to Nishi Azuma. Before I continue further, I'm going to take out my bear spray, just in case. I am out here by myself. There's no other hikers miles around, and it is a weekday. So I'm going to carry it just in case. Probably won't need it, but usually you run into bear when you don't have your spray. You'll soon reach a proper signpost in Japanese that says Higashi Azuma Yama Tozando. Continue straight here. path will turn into volcanic scree, so follow the colorful rocks. There are tape marks way up on the trees, mostly for people coming in the spring when there's still snow on the ground. The trail zigzags its way through a narrow gully. The trail will start to climb through the thick forest, up the gravelly scree and tree roots. As you climb higher, the forest will start to thin and the angle will ease a bit. And just like that, you'll enter the alpine, climb up the stairs right in front of you to the summit. Then you'll reach the broad summit of Mount Higashi Azuma, with a big triangulation point and a really battered signpost. Be sure to enjoy the spectacular panoramic views from the summit. After enjoying a lunch and taking in the views, take the trail on the far side of the summit signpost. Follow the Japanese signpost for Jododaira. The trail enters a narrow gully, but it's easy to follow. You'll see some Japanese rowan trees on the way down. Follow the gully as it descends back into the tree line. You'll pass by some rhododendron groves. The trail turns into a river after the heavy rain, so do take care. The trail enters a marshland with wooden boardwalks and a sign pointing to Jododaira. You'll soon reach this junction, the signpost pointing to the right here for Tembodai. That's a lookout point. This is a short side trip. If you got time, just a few meters walk up and you'll get a really great view. After you check out the views, come back and head straight on the boardwalks toward Jododaira. With such beauty, it's hard to walk quickly. After the marshlands, the boardwalks end and turn to a gravel path. The path soon narrows and enters a rocky and muddy gully. Be sure not to turn an ankle on these rocks. You'll start dropping down some really steep log steps. The trail is steep, muddy, and overgrown in spots. There are tape marks in places if you need them. You'll basically be following this really narrow and muddy gully. After heavy rain, parts of the trail literally become a swamp. After what seems like an eternity, you'll reach some wooden boardwalks again. Then you'll reach a sign in Japanese that says Jododaira, straight ahead. Keep walking on the boardwalks. And don't forget to look back from where you came. Keep walking through the idyllic wetlands. Soon you'll reach a junction for Jododaira. Turn right for a short distance to the pond. After enjoying the shores of the waters, retrace your steps and head right. Walk past a map and continue straight. You'll leave the walkways behind and it'll turn into a swamp again. Then you'll start dropping down again and reach a steel ladder. The next obstacle is a series of large mossy boulders to navigate through. And suddenly, out of nowhere, you'll reach the Azuma Bandai skyline. If you've had enough hiking for the day, you can simply turn left when you hit this road. Just walk straight back on the easy pavement back to Jododaira. Try to hitchhike if you'd like. If you want a little bit more of hiking, there's a trail on the other side of the road that will take you back to Jododaira without walking on asphalt. So let's go over there. Cross over the road and take the trail this way. And soon you'll reach this sign. It says Konosaki Jododaira Usagi Daira Aida Sawa no Jusui Toki ni Sugo Konan to Naru. Oami no ato nado wa skyline o aruite kudasai. It rained heavily last night, as you can see from the trail condition coming down. I'm going to skip this today and walk back on the road. So simply walk on the road as far as you can. If you come on a dry day or the dry season, you want to take this trail, please let me know what it's like. I'd love to take it someday. It's about 2.5 kilometers from here to Jododaira. Just follow that steamy volcano, Isaikyo, right in front of you. The road would be pretty miserable to walk on a holiday weekend with lots of traffic, but during the week, there's not much traffic. There's not much of a shoulder, but try to avoid the cars if you can. Just before the parking lot, about a kilometer before, there's a trail that drops down on your right that you could take, or a little bit further, there's a trail on your left. You could drop down and walk through these wetlands back to the visitor center, which is just over here. And that's the loop back to Jododaira. There's no bus service to Jododaira. However, this year there's something called the Jododaira Sky Access. This is how I got to come to the mountain. If you're on a solo trip, it's much cheaper than renting a car and much easier. If you're going to do hiking, take the morning trip. It leaves Fukushima station at 8:30 a.m., arrives at the trailhead at 9:30, and returns at 3 p.m. from Jododaira, and you'll get back to Fukushima. At 4 p.m., advanced booking is required. If you're up here for just a couple of hours, there's a cheaper 2-hour tour, but if you want to explore the mountains, I recommend the full 5.5-hour tour. So you can find information on the website in the description. This hike can be done from early April to mid-November when the road to Jododaira is open. Winter has too much snow and access is bad. And the fall colors are from late September to mid-October. If you come in early April, there's still a lot of snow, so you need to be prepared with crampons and snowshoes. Due to the distance and the muddy trail conditions, this is an intermediate level trail. Probably not suitable for beginners. It should take you about 4 or 5 hours to complete the entire loop back to Jododaira. It does get cold up here and the weather is changeable, so make sure you bring layers and rain gear as well. I'm up here in early September, too early for the autumn colors, but spectacular scenery and no one around. Well, that's it for another edition of How Did I Get Here? If you're considering coming to Fukushima for sightseeing and hiking, I highly recommend the Azuma mountain range, and especially Higashi Azuma. As usual, when you're in the mountains of Japan, be kind, be safe, and be smart. Thanks for watching.